Hey guys, welcome back to another WEBTOON video. So if you have the WEBTOON app, you probably know about or are currently reading The Boxer. And if you're all the way caught up on The Boxer, then you probably know that the author has announced that The Boxer is on its final arc. So this video is just going to detail how I think this final arc of The Boxer is going to go, and just my thoughts on how everything is going to end. So these 93 episodes so far have each been so good. I like to sometimes read a chapter back in Korean after reading it in English, and I noticed on the Korean webtoon platform that virtually every episode of The Boxer is rated above a 9.9. Honestly, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what makes it so good, but I think for me it's the way that the author tells the story with deeper meanings, and the way that he depicts a character's thoughts and events surrounding that character. And Yu honestly has already become such an iconic character in the manhwa world, despite us not really even knowing that much about him. All we really know about Yu is that he just obliterates everyone in fights. But anyway, in today's video I wanted to say why Yu, being the undefeated, untouchable fighter that he is actually going to lose in the final arc. So starting with reason 1. So if you guys notice that every side character that loses to Yu undergoes some kind of awakening afterwards. As one example, the Fabrizio brothers, after losing to Yu, realized their true love of boxing, and afterwards they decided to stop fighting dirty. But I think the best example to use in this case is Jean-Pierre Manuel. So Jean is a lot similar to Yu in that he's also pretty emotionless, and he's also known for being perfect with an undefeated record. But in chapter 31, Jean gets dominated by Yu during their match. And as he realizes his defeat, his sort of awakening was that he realized the importance of family and how boxing has taken over way too much of his life. And by the end of the fight, he just kind of wakes up and he realizes this. So I feel like in much the same way, if we're following this pattern of someone learning something after they lose, Yu is probably going to lose, and then he's going to get character development after he loses. I feel like the author is going to use that opportunity to tell us more about Yu's backstory and basically how he became the way he is. And reason number 2, guys, the author basically said that Yu is not the protagonist. So towards the end of chapter 32, the author says something along the lines of how there's many different types of stories, and how this story might be one where the person thought to be the protagonist actually turns out to be the final boss that other protagonists must defeat. And then he goes on to say that there are stories where it's not until the last moment that the real protagonist appears. And then he shows a picture of the real protagonist, who is not Yu. So basically, in our eyes at this point, the author introduced Jay as the guy who will defeat Yu. And we still don't really know Jay's deeper motivations, and we don't know anything about this promise that he keeps talking about, or how he's related to Yu's backstory, other than his interaction with Yu as a homeless child back in chapter 1. You guys know the very beginning. Yeah, so it's all pretty confusing, but I think everything's going to be shown in the last arc. And reason 3, the final reason that I thought up of, guys, is that Yu will be unable to find happiness until he finds something he truly enjoys. So we all know that Yu is not truly happy in this moment right now. You know, he's being manipulated by Kay, and Kay is just using him to fulfill his evil desires, right? And he lost Carmen basically, even though Carmen was probably the only person that really made him happy for the first time. And we can all tell that whatever Yu truly enjoys, it's certainly not boxing. So Yu really needs to be free from Kay. And in my opinion, him and Carmen should probably get together as well. As for the other characters in the last arc, I think that Aaron Tide is going to wake up from his coma. And I think that this guy is going to be involved in the finale as well, because he's also been referred to as the protagonist in chapter 32. We might even see Yu quit boxing and see this guy become the new champion that rises to the top. So these are my thoughts on how the Boxer is going to end, guys. Let me know if you agree, and let me know your theories on how you think this final arc is going to go. And leave a like, leave a comment, and the link for the webtoon is going to be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.